What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. This is another one of the day late editions. I was traveling over the weekend and just a lack of sleep caught up with me. But I'm back, ready to go. If you enjoy the Scale News Update, hit the like button and let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, Proline is teasing another new no prep body. This one is a retro styled Mustang. We've seen two photos of it now. First one was just an up close side view of the front of the body, but we saw a rear 3/4 view in the last day or so. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good looking body. There's a surprising lack of Mustang bodies available for no prep, which is surprising. Obviously, Mustangs very popular, but I think the only one that's available at this point is a Fox body from J Concepts. So seeing another option in the Mustang market to pop up seems like an easy decision. We'll definitely swing back and talk about this body more when we've got more complete photos and release information. And speaking of RC no prep bodies that we don't really have that much information on, Drive RC looks to be teasing a WS6 style Firebird. I think from the one close-up photo, I believe that's what this is. I believe Drive RC already offers a Catfish Camaro style body, so it seems like the WS6 version may be an easy modification to have a second version of that body that's very similar. Drive RC also had recently teased one of the Terminator versions of the Mustang, kind of that late SN95 version. So they've got a couple of bodies coming out that we haven't seen fully released yet. But again, we'll talk about those more once there's more photos and release information available. And the last topic for the no prep side, last week Horizon released a video that was the behind the scenes of the making of the Low C22S drag car. It was a cool video where they talked about their kind of development cycle and what they kind of went through to pick and choose what the car ended up being. Even when working in the RC industry, it's still always fun to watch the stories of how decisions got made and how a product went from the early concepts to a final product. So I'll put a link to that video in the description below. You guys can go watch it after this video. For those of you looking for an affordable 1.9 beadlock option, Incision released a new style of the Incision plastic molded 1.9 beadlocks. These are the KMC KM233 Hex, and these are available in 3 different finishes: black molded, black chrome, and a regular silver style finish. So if you're interested in those, I'll put a link to those in the description below, as well as with links to the rest of today's stories. A while back, we had talked about the release of the Spectrum Crawler ESCs. Now, those have been out for quite a while, but they have been a little bit harder to get a hold of, but it looks like more have been available now, and they're starting to show up at more and more stores. These are a Hobbywing ESC with a similar software version to something like the Hobbywing Axe system. So now you can get a Spectrum specific one that has a lot of the smart technology as well built into it. So if you've kind of got into any of that smart ecosystem as far as the batteries or the chargers, working with the telemetry on your radios, then here's another option to tie into that entire system. These are brushless motor ESC combos. Of course, they're also available individually, and the motors are available in different KVs. And I'll link to where you can find these in stock in the description below. Speaking of in stock, the RC4 Wheel Drive limited edition Trailfinder 2 with the Toyota 4Runner body on it with that kind of old school yellow creamish color paint job. Those are in stock also. I saw one of these in person last weekend, and the paint job on these look really good. So if you want to just be able to buy that Toyota 4Runner body set with a completed paint job and the graphics, everything on it, on top of the chassis, here's an easy option you can click, buy, and have it in no time. Last week, there was a couple body releases for the Arma 1/7 scale cars like the Infraction and the Felony. Those Arma 1/7 scale cars aren't necessarily completely scale, but these new body options do bring them even more into the scale market. The Biddy Designs body is a 1/7 scale body that drops on that has some of the GT style to it. It's actually a really good looking body, aggressive, kind of makes this look more like an on-road racer, more so than the on-road basher that these really were meant to be. Good looking body setup. And then Delta Plastics also released a Ferrari F50 body for the same platform. Between the two, I think that I lean more towards preferring that Biddy design version over the Delta Plastics. But either way, a couple of good options to change up the style if you've got one of those Armas. Redcat announced some new color options for that 64 hopping lowrider that they released last year. Now, the new color is a green, but they also show the blue version and said new colors available. I think that it may have just meant that these are the two colors that are now available, because it doesn't appear that the red one is available anymore. Now you just have this kind of cool green color, or what appears to be the same blue as they previously had. Maybe that new color is the option that's going to push you over the edge to purchasing these. I'd be interested to hear how many of you guys purchased one of those or seriously considered it, and maybe you're still considering it, just because I'm still interested to see how wide the reach was on that project. Next, any of you Enduro IFS owners, Club 5 recently released some stainless steel skid plates for that platform. They released skid plates for the very front as well as the entire length all the way to the center skid plate. So these are made from stainless steel, and they've got a number of cutouts and things like that in them for style mainly. If you're interested in that, I'll link to where you can buy those in the description below. It's been a busy week since the last Scale News update. If you didn't see, I did release the new TRX 4000 project, or the heavy metal Bronco, where I took my TRX 4 and I'm adding every brass option you can possibly buy for that vehicle, for the most part. So we'll see how that project continues to move forward. It's already very heavy. And then last weekend, I was at Rocas Rojo, where I spent 4 days in Colorado at that event, competed in class 1, 2, and 3, and had an absolutely fantastic time. I put videos up for each of the 3 days of competition, lots of footage of myself running all of the courses, as well as the finals runs for the top 5 in each of the 3 classes as well. So go check those out if you're interested specifically in class 1, class 2, or class 3. You can see it's broken up specifically by class. And that does it for the news topics for this week. For this week's question, what was the last truck that you took out that you actually hadn't ran in a while? Every once in a while, I find myself taking out the same truck over and over and over and just neglecting a lot of the other rigs. And then I'll take one out that I hadn't driven in a while. I'm like, oh, I should drive this more often. Or if that's just not something you run into ever, what was the last truck that you just took out and drove? That's gonna do it for this week's news though. Sorry for the delay. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. As always, thanks for watching the Scale News Update. Hit the like button if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. We'll see you on the next one.